With Manchester United sitting top of the table, there are whispers from the red half of the city that maybe this is their year. So here, I put together 5 reasons why I think Manchester United could win the Premier League title. First up, and it's because they've got goals on the counter-attack. Now, with Manchester United's defence, things look a little bit shaky and maybe they could do with another centre-back. At the moment, them sitting defensively may be the easier option because they know they're so good on the counter-attack, rather than leaving themselves open at the back. Going forward, Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, they've also got Dan James, Bruno Fernandes, and there's loads of goals being chipped in from everywhere. Of course, recently, there's also been the likes of Paul Pogba and Scott McTominay as well, and it looks as though Ole Gunnar Solskjaer may opt to go for the score one more than you school because, as we said, at times their defence is a little bit shaky. The thing is, on the counter-attack is that they've got so much speed, and there are a few teams this season that think they can probably go ahead and beat Manchester United, and they're going to fall into the trap. Every time they go forward, as soon as the ball is won, quick passing forward can really hurt the opposition. And it seems that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got that tactic down to a T. At the moment, they are on a scintillating run of form, and it's mainly due to one man. Now, I wouldn't say that anyone in the squad is necessarily prolific. Marcus Rashford's on 7 goals this season, and he's the highest goal scorer in the Premier League. Having said that, they do have someone who contributes to the goals more than any other player, and well, he's a stunning signing from last January who I think you're well aware of. And that is the second reason why I think United can win the title, and it's Bruno Fernandes. Now, when you have title-winning teams, not every single game is going to go your way. It was a hallmark of Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson. Sometimes the match wasn't going so well, and you need one player to provide a moment of magic, a moment of brilliance that would get them out of the hole. That is exactly what United have in Bruno Fernandes. Since joining the club last January, he's got over 30 goal contributions. He cannot stop scoring. And for those of you saying it's just penalties, it's not. No midfielder has scored more non-penalty goals than Bruno Fernandes this season. When he's not scoring or scoring penalties, he's assisting, he's dictating the play, and like I mentioned before with the counter-attack, his passing is absolutely crucial. The one problem is that yes, Manchester United may rely on Bruno Fernandes more than they do on other players, but I mean, who doesn't? Without him, would they be worse? Absolutely. We've seen Spurs without Kane. We've seen PSG without Neymar. We've seen Liverpool without Virgil van Dijk. Of course, you're not going to be the same when your best player isn't on the field. Do they rely heavily on Bruno Fernandes? Yes. But should they? Yes, because he's doing the business for them. There's no way they're going to put him out of the team just because maybe he's having a bit of an off game. Whether or not Fernandes is actually getting involved in the match, you cannot fail to keep an eye on him. He could turn a moment of brilliance into something fantastic for United, and bam, they've got a goal, they've got 3 points, they've got whatever they need. So we've spoken about how Manchester United likes to play on the counter-attack and how they lull teams into attacking them before striking with lightning quick pace. But if a few players get injured or there is a drop in form, United actually have a not very good, unbelievable amount of squad depth. At any given point during the season, it won't be unusual to find the likes of Edison Cavani, a scorer of a crazy amount of goals, Donny van der Beek, an undoubtedly talented but often underused player, Mason Greenwood, the star in England's next golden generation, Alex Telles, a big money signing for a reason, Paul Pogba, one of the world's best on his day, Dean Henderson, potentially England's number 1, all on the bench. And that's without mentioning the likes of Mata and Matic as well. United do have strength and depth. It's just that at times this season, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hasn't necessarily found the correct blend of players. There's questions individually whether or not Fred and McTominay are better than Pogba, for example. But then can Pogba play alongside Bruno Fernandes? He's proven it on occasions, yes. On other occasions, no. Maybe that's more down to Pogba. It is a difficult job, but you'd rather have that than have no plan B. That was often an accusation that was thrown at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in his early times at Manchester United, that when things went wrong, he didn't really have much to change it. Now he does have the players to change it because, like I mentioned, they've got a very big squad. You'd rather be in that position as a manager than someone who turns around, looks at his bench, sees a couple of youth players, a couple of has-beens, and doesn't really know what to do to affect the result on the pitch. Next up, and it's their away form, 7 wins and 1 draw from 8 away games. That is some title-winning away form. Maybe it's because they don't have to face the opposition fans whenever they travel to a stadium this season, but certainly it gives them a massive building block to go off. Now, from here, I think there's 2 massive options that they could do to really turn their season from title contenders into title winners. The first is to continue this away form. Sounds blindingly obvious, but with the massive games that they've got coming up, it certainly would be a help. So not only have they got Liverpool on Sunday, or if you're watching this after the Liverpool game, let me know how they did in the comment section below, but they've also got trips to Arsenal, to Chelsea, to Tottenham, to Manchester City, and to Wolves all on top of this. Now, I know not all of those are title contenders as well, but if United can go to these big teams and pick up 1 point or even all three, they'll be damaging other big teams in the process, as well as strengthening their own title grip. These are massive, massive fixtures, and if their away form is anything to go by, they'll be doing very, very well in the upcoming games. The other building block, if they don't really want to continue their great away form, which I'm sure they'll be trying to do, is to turn around the home form. Seems like ages ago they had 3 losses in a row at home at the beginning of the season, including that 6-1 drubbing to Tottenham. But since then, their home form has picked up somewhat. If somehow they can manage to turn this around, of course, it doesn't take a genius to work out when you combine good home form with great away form, you're going to be in the race for the title. If Manchester United can do it, well, they'll be mimicking something that Liverpool have done so well on their charge to the title, certainly last season within the last few years. The Reds are currently undefeated at home since April 2017, their 2-1 loss to Crystal Palace. That is the foundation that Jurgen Klopp has built his success off, and it is going to take a monumental victory for someone to win at Anfield. Maybe, just maybe, this could be the game that really sets Manchester United up for the rest of the season if they go to their greatest rivals and they take all 3 points. Talk about the confidence building from that, but yeah, if they can keep their away form going or turn their home form round or do both, they'll definitely be in the race. Lastly but not least, is because this season is absolutely nuts. Not even in the Premier League, just across the whole of Europe. The pandemic going on in the world has caused havoc to the schedule. It's caused key players to miss big games, and never has the Premier League looked more like a 20-man Royal Rumble in its life. Of course, the cream always rises, and most of the big guns are near the top, but that's not stopping the likes of Aston Villa and Southampton taking big points off title challengers, as Liverpool have found out. Elsewhere, in Manchester City are only really fighting for a Champions League spot at the moment. Leicester are up there. Tottenham and Jose Mourinho taking advantage of tired players by hitting teams on the counter-attack, and West Ham are in the top half of the table. Things are definitely weird this season. There's absolutely no reason why we won't be talking about Manchester United as winners. Nothing is a given in the 2021 season, and who knows where football is going to go from here. A positive COVID test, a long trip in a European tie, a lot of gameplay, including, 120 minutes of extra time in the cup games. Anything can happen. Anything, including Manchester United winning the title. Having said that, that's just as much a positive for them as it is at everybody else, because United could be hit by injuries, but thinking positive for United fans, this could, since Alex Ferguson left, finally be their year. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts below, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.